Hello YouTube, Bowtied Media here, and Joji is here with his third studio album. We had Ballads 1 in 2018, we had Nectar in 2020, and now Smithereens in 2022. It is insane that this guy, Pink Guy, is Joji. Like, the fact that Pink Guy does that stuff and Glimpse of Us released was a single on this upcoming album, this album that we're gonna listen to. That's crazy. And I hopefully, maybe I blew your mind there, but those two people are the same. If you didn't know what Pink Guy was beforehand, I would just implore you, don't bother. Don't bother. For your own sanity, don't even bother. But Joji is here for his third studio album, and I'm super excited to get into it and react to it. Two singles came out earlier with Glimpse of Us, which took the internet, or took, I guess, media by storm, and was probably his most successful song to date by far, with already a quarter or a half a billion streams, over half a billion streams on Spotify. And so he's just popping off, and we'll see how Smithereens goes. And then YUKON Interlude was there too, but we're going to listen through all 9 songs here. There's technically 2 sides of the disc. It's a pretty quick album. It's about 24 minutes. And so we will listen to every song. And let's, without any further ado, let's hop into it. This is Glimpse of Us. Such a harrowingly beautiful track. And look at the lyrics the whole time, too.
She'd take the world off my shoulders if it was ever hard to move. She'd turn the rain to a rainbow when I was living in the blue. Why then, if she's so perfect, do I still wish that it was you? Perfect don't mean that it's working, so what can I do when you're outside in my mind? 'Cause sometimes I look in her eyes, and that's where I find a glimpse of us. And I try to fall for her touch, but I'm thinking of the way you was. Said I'm fine and said I moved on. I'm only here passing time in her arms, hoping I'll find.
This is such a good song.
A glimpse of us. Tell me, save us your glory. Does he laugh the way I did? Is this a part of your story? One that I had never lived. Maybe one day you feel lonely, and in his eyes you'll get a glimpse. Maybe you'll start slipping slowly and find me again when you're outside in my mind. 'Cause sometimes I look in her eyes, and that's where I find a glimpse of us. And I try to fall for her touch, but I'm thinking of the way you was. Said I'm fine and said I moved on. I'm only here passing time in her arms, hoping I'll find a glimpse. Sometimes I look in her eyes, and that's where I find a glimpse of us. And I try to fall for her touch, but I'm thinking of the way you was. Said I'm fine and said I moved on. I'm only here passing time in her arms, hoping I'll find a glimpse.
Just a fantastic track. My goodness. I don't know if it's potentially his best track to date. It maybe is. Glimpse of Us is so phenomenal. Oh man, it's so good. Okay, so that track is fantastic. It is all over everywhere. You have your opinions about it already at this point. I think I realized about this recently, actually, was that, so the song is obviously about the, in a relationship with one person, but having a glimpse of, in the good moments, getting a glimpse of actually a relationship that was with another person that was actually better. And so you're looking back at a former relationship. I realized this song could be a lot more, like, it can be a lot more of an emotional gut punch if that other past person is gone, actually. I don't know why I was thinking about it, but I was like, wow, wait a second. If that like person that you're thinking of back then is someone that had passed away, like that just adds so much more of an emotional gut punch, to think that you could never have what was at some point. So I don't want to think about it too much, but it's deadly. It's a deadly track. Also, looking at the album holistically wise, I wonder if the first disc here, the top 4 songs are going to be kind of like ballad, like love song ballads, and then the disc 2 is going to be a little bit more old school kind of trip hop, Joji kind of darker style. Just because disc 1 has no like explicit songs. And disc 2 has a few, and there's the interlude on there, and there's like, it says like a demo and a freestyle. So my guess is the first 5 songs will be a lot more put together, where the back end will be a little bit more of a kind of an old school Joji kind of sound. Not that it wasn't put together, but I think you know what I mean. So let's hop into the second track here. This is Feeling Like the End.
Too many things we did together. You used to promise me it would be forever. Feeling like the end, don't think it will get better, baby. Too many things we did together. You used to promise me it would be forever. Feeling like the end, don't think it will get better, baby. Please calm down so we can get up. I've waited too long to get your voice out of my head. Out of my head. Feels like home, I'm covered in stone. I know you'll think twice, I'm waiting by the window, babe. Window, babe. Too many things we did together. You used to promise me it would be forever. Feeling like the end, don't think it will get better, baby. Too many things we did together. You used to promise me it would be forever. Feeling like the end, don't think it will get better, baby.
Okay, interesting. Okay, interesting. So that felt like an interlude-esque style song, where, I mean, it was pretty short at 1:42. Most of the songs are actually pretty short here. That was the shortest song, though, on the record, on the LP. So not bad, though. That very reminiscent of like an old style of Joji, of just the kind of trappy sound with those like kind of just clean hi-hats and his kind of more stylistically monotone delivery. So... yeah, not bad. I don't have a ton to say about it. I think that one's like solid, but it's a better, like, for an interlude song, if we're going to call it an interlude, even though there's other ones that are actually called interlude. If we're going to call it like a kind of in-between middle track, it does feel good for those kind of tracks. But if it's like a full-fledged track, it's a little underwhelming just because there's not a lot happening. But we'll see where it goes the rest of the project stylistically. So here we go. This is the third track, Die For You, and the second longest. No, that was a lie. I love the full
Swear I couldn't sleep awake last night. No point in turning off the lights. Not the same without your head on my shoulders. Growing pains, but I don't wanna get older. Almost like we left it all already. Couple feelings never laid to rest. Didn't know that the party was over. And it's true that I need you here closer. Burning photos. Had to learn to let go. I used to. Somebody in another skin. I heard that you're happy without me, and I hope it's true. It kills me a little, that's okay, 'cause I die for you. You know I'd still die for you.
Very uplifting production. Bright.
I hope you're getting everything you needed. Found the puzzle piece and feel completed. Just wanted you to know every reason. Hope you really know that I mean that. Couldn't see the forest from the trees. Only time we speak is in my dreams. Burning photos. Had to learn to let go. I used to. Somebody in another skin. I heard that you're happy without me, and I hope it's true. It kills me a little, that's okay, 'cause I die for you. You know I'd still die for you.
Wow. Okay, that has got to be the brightest Joji track in his discography. Like, it's got to be. And by bright, I mean, like, so Joji's always kind of done this bit of a, and I guess George Miller in general has done like a bit of a, he's always been on the edgy side with those kind of darker tones and like the, even when a song is more like kind of grand, like, let's say You, based off of, from Nectar, it's still a little, it has that darker kind of atmosphere and tonality to it. And it feels a little more mysterious and dangerous, where this was very, it was very free flowing, but still was quite bright, which is the nice kind of like spacey sounds in the back and bells. And it just felt very uplifting and energizing almost. It was weird. Like it's hard to, okay, Joji has, a lot of people talk about Joji and specifically listening at like late night driving. There's a couple artists that you can always think of like, oh yeah, when I love late night driving, late night drives, late night dark kind of times with friends or by yourself even, there's certain artists. Personally for me, Eden is a big one. Eden I love, and those kind of late night drives. Joji is another perfect one for that, for example. But Joji's always been that kind of like a little too dark in some areas, but this is like such an like fun, uplifting, yet still deeply tragic track that still has the same lyrical narratives that he has in the past that he's conveyed and just about love and loss and relationships, but still packages it with a much brighter tonality that is a unique take for him. So I really like that track. I was a huge fan of that. So but let's hop into the next one. This is actually the second longest track on the LP. This is Before the Day Is Over.
I don't know what you wanna hear. Things changing course, smiles fade to grin. Now the moment's gone, just as I feared. And I was hoping this time. No longer here, we were feeling bliss. Don't hold your tongue, there's no time for tricks. You've been closing up, I expected this, but I was hoping you'd stay open this time. I know it won't be long. I know you're almost gone. Hold on, let me in before the day is over. Just let me in before the day is over. Say something soon, we might lose it all. Something we can use to break our fall. There's nothing left to do when we start to stall. And I was hoping that we could hold it this time. I know it won't be long. I know you're almost gone. Hold on, let me in before the day is over. Just let me in before the day is over. Let me in. Let me in, just let me in before the day is over.
Okay, not bad. That one felt a little more repetitive in nature. I did like the back end quite a bit with that kind of more switch up of a trap style beat, of a chill trip hop kind of style beat. So yeah, I like that back end quite a bit. It did feel like a little more, maybe just coming off of Die For You, that one felt a little tad underwhelming. Not too bad. Still another great song, I think, in context with the rest of the project. I think the whole thing sounds very cohesive, I think, at this moment, even though it is fairly short as we're coming to the end of the first disc here. But yeah, I like that song. Nothing to write home about, I think, personally, for me on that one. Definitely not a highlight, I would say, but still solid. So let's hop into the finale of this disc one, though. This is Dissolve.
It's so hard just being me sometimes. I wish I could escape out my mind.
Some interesting vocal
Got
processing.
too many situations, complicated things. I run out of time.
Fast cadence, too, at the end. Or quick at the finale.
I know I haven't turned the corner. Please don't leave me behind. Who the hell am I to think that you're my angel from above? It's not right. Ooh. It's a painful situation. Do you feel complacent on the outside?
You're sticking with acoustics here.
It's so close that I can taste it, begging you to chase it. God knows I tried.
I have expected the beat to come in at that moment.
You got the life you always wanted. Please don't leave me behind. Quite some time has passed, it felt right through my fingertips. I still look alright. Who are we? Who have we become? Are we counting sheep until we dissolve? Who are we? Who have we become? Are we counting sheep until we dissolve?
Of course, the song called Dissolve has to have a slow fade, or a dissolve in the end, so. Okay, that is Dissolve, the final track from the disc 1 of the project, and that track not too bad. I did expect the kind of beat to come in there, but I understand now the whole the whole project of the first disc, the whole, what's the word I'm looking for? Just the style, the atmosphere, the tone, the everything about it kind of feels a lot more cohesive now. It feels, I understand it. It's a little more acoustic driven rather than still have that kind of lo-fi sentimentality. I think it's, I don't know. Still acoustic with a kind of bit of lo-fi to it. That's a lot brighter than it has been in the past. Not going as dark for Joji, so. Yeah, I'm fascinated to see what the rest of this project's gonna look like. I'm thinking more to the second disc right away. So my mind just did a gear shift there where I'm intrigued now more so on see what this back end's gonna be like. So also I realized what's the difference between his capitalized songs versus not, like all caps. Like the last disc is all caps, Night Rider, blah blah blah, demo, YUKON, and 1AM freestyle versus everything else is like in regular punctuation. That's the regular capitalization. So, but here we go. This is Night Rider, the start of the second disc. See, it's already darker. It's already this darker tone that he's been known for in the past. Like, totally. You did not get this on the first disc. Ooh.
I just wanna wake up, UFO again, doesn't matter what it takes up. Crazy in the dome, baby, can I get a heads up? Go, they try to break us, go, they try to break us. Wanna get away, would you tell me your location? Feels like yesterday, I remember I would stay up. Baby, can you say some? Wanna feel sensation, promise you I'll never get numb, I'm too precious. I'm too precious. I'm too precious.
Okay, I believe I was right about the first disc being more a somber, like kind of emotional take of tracks of ballads versus the disc 2 being a little bit more of the old school Joji style with the more darker tone and trip hop style versus a little bit more of the acoustic ballad types of the first. So I believe I was right. I believe I would say I was quite right. I mean, that was just one song. And I mean, I know YUKON already, but yeah, that's I actually really like that. That it did feel a little bit like a cut track of sorts. It felt like a little bit of a whip, like a work in progress style track, but I really did like it. And I think after hearing the rest of these kind of 4, maybe this back end will feel a little bit more cohesive in that sense. But yeah, I mean, that is the whole project right now. It does feel a little short, but that's I guess that's what we're getting with this project. So I'm excited to get into the next one. So here's the Blah 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 demo.
I can make you feel it closer, baby, one more time. I can really feel you closing when I stayed outside.
What does this chord structure remind me of?
Love, no matter how much they take.
Is it World Star?
Something tells me we were chosen, so we keep on trying. She said I'm down, surrounded by strangers. When I hear your voice, I'm in too deep, feeling undone. I can't be the only one. I wanna be forever young. I can make you feel it closer, baby, one more time.
Okay.
Cigarette, slinging in the west, I got nothing in my vest. Intimate, slinging in my chest, may you never lay to rest. We got here just in time. Don't get lost in this life. Levitate, like a night of separate. Elaborate, been a long time, I can see it on the paint. I can see it on the paint. I can see it on the paint.
Okay, that was interesting. The weird like tempo change at the end, I guess the pseudo tempo change really caught me off guard. It felt, I don't know, it was weird. That was an interesting one for sure. That did feel like Joji for sure. That felt like a more old school kind of maybe in tongues or ballads Joji. That like the difference between that and A Glimpse of Us feels like night and day. While still being a Joji track, so that one's a little more fun, but I don't know if I see myself returning to this one a whole ton personally, but not bad. I don't know. I just don't think I'll return to this one a whole ton unless I'm listening to the album all the way through. So yeah. Let's head into the YUKON interlude now. The song we've already listened to or we already know about, but we will listen to it again here. So here we go. This is the YUKON interlude.
And my eyes get low in that all-white truck, I can barely see shit. And my eyes get low in that all-white truck, I can barely see. Well, I might be. And I overflow like mercury, glowing Going with uncertainty. Circles at the chevron. I might be forever gone. And my eyes get low in that all-white truck. I can barely see shit. Hit the gas like you wouldn't believe it. Thank God I was always healing. In a time so slow, I was thinking about us, rearranging pieces, speeding up on that all-black demon. Going west, I don't got no reasons. I was throwing stones at Hercules, throwing them so perfectly. Circles at the chevron. I can't be forever young. Empty, quiet, operated from above. My voice will be their voice until I'm free. My hands will be their hands until I'm free.
Yeah, Yukon's great. I still think it's one of the better tracks in this one. Maybe just because I've had more fondness and I've let it grow on me a little bit, but I really do like Yukon quite a bit. It's just kind of a classic. No, I wouldn't say classic. It just feels like a great Joji song. It feels like a more kind of got that old school tonality to it, but still feels a little bit more of a newer Joji song. Something that wouldn't really fit off of a Ballads or Nectar, but fits great in the context of his new stuff like this. So absolutely love Yukon. I think it's one of the better tracks here. But let's hop into the final track of this album. This is the 1 a.m. Freestyle. Let's go.
You know you can make it, you can't make it alone.
Doesn't really sound like a freestyle yet, but no, I'm
You
kidding.
know you can make it, you can't make it alone. I've been writing letters on the wall. I hope one day you'll see them all, and that you're not alone. I've been playing memories in my mind, wishing you were there like all the time, so I'm not alone. And I'm tired of this madness, tired of being stranded. I don't wanna be alone. Can't make it alone. And I'm tired of this madness, tired of being stranded. I don't wanna be alone.
Wow, great. Just final punctuation mark to the project, I think. That was another one I really liked. It was a great, I don't know. It was a short track, but it felt like it wrapped the whole thing up so well. Something about it just felt like the ribbon on top of the present. It was just like a whoop, all done. Here you go. The bow tie, you could say. But that was fantastic. That was one of the better ones, I think, too. Okay, album as a whole, as holistically. Is this his best? Is Smithereens the best Joji album? Is it? There's only 3. I don't think it's Ballads 1, so it's either this or Nectar. But I don't know. See, this one has a lot more narrative and atmospheric cohesion compared to, let's say, a Nectar did. Even though Ballads 1 did quite a bit, but I don't think the songs were as strong. There was a lot of great stuff on this album but none of it was really grand or out there, which Joji kind of had been known for in some capacity. There's like no features, there's no nothing else. It just feels like a diary entry. It feels like, I think the whole album feels like a 2-page diary entry where there's one page and there's a second page as the disc 1 and disc 2. I think that's the best way I would describe it. It feels like a very somber, realistic look into George Miller, into Joji's and stuff he's feeling. And so there's a lot of narrative themes that are at play here and stuff that I need to do a deeper dive into as I prepare to give an eventual score for this album or whatever. But yeah, I would probably say this is his best. I would probably say this is his best album. I think a lot of people will say, I think this will be the biggest takeaway. I think this is it right here. Fantastic. What is here is fantastic. It just could have been a little more. could have been a little bit more. As some songs even expanded on, or just a longer track list. I don't think this is the end all project for Joji. I think this is a great stepping stone into a potentially magnum opus style album, but this is definitely a step in the right direction, I think, for George here. And it's great. It's absolutely solid. I think it's fantastic. We just need it to be expanded upon a little bit more, and then you'll have the ultimate Joji album. But for now, I think this might be it. But yeah, okay. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'd love to hear any and all thoughts on this third studio album, Smithereens, from Joji. Is this your favorite Joji album? If not, let me know why. If it is, let me know why as well. But with that, I'm Bowtied Media, and I will see you guys in another video.